do that.
Yes.
Why, that's them boys from the Bearback podcast.
I know Bearback's big name. There's you.
Good afternoon again, this fine Monday morning after an eventful weekend. It's Bearback is back again. We need to do something with that name. Bearback is back again. But anyway, we're joined by Lawrence Murphy again, who's 100% get his view on this fight. And we're joined by, as always, Brian Gallagher. So, where are we going first with this?
Why don't we say, what did you think was going to happen, Paul?
I did not expect McGregor to make it as long as he did. I also did not expect McGregor to do so well. In my opinion, because we're going to come to each your opinion, but in my opinion, I thought he'd done amazing. I thought he surpassed my expectations of what he could do. I thought he'd done great, and I seen it going that way, but I thought it was going to be done a lot earlier. What about yourself?
I don't know that. But I thought when McGregor came out with his chin high and his sort of karate stance, Mayweather would have picked him off, caught him, but it seemed to be the other way about when they were fresh. Well, what I thought was going to happen was Mayweather was going to take him out in 3 or 4 rounds. I thought he would have pushed the pace and been able to just finish him, catch him. He'd have been too open with his stance, his chin's high, he's not punching correctly as everybody's saying. I felt he should have, a guy like that, who is, I know he's not the greatest of all time at the moment, he's a wee bit older, I think he should have finished him a lot, I thought he would have finished him a lot quicker, and just McGregor impressed with his performance. That was, I thought, what were you doing?
You see that smile?
Well, I said last week that after the sixth round, we would see the referee stop him an exhausted and sad looking Conor McGregor, and I got it out with about 2 rounds. When it started the 10th, we get the exhausted, sad looking figure, Conor McGregor taking punches unanswered, and the referee had to rescue him. Then we go back to what happened before it. What did I see? I'm still not decided what I seen. Right? I'm still not decided what I seen. I'm looking and going, did Conor McGregor make himself impressive for the first 2 or 3 rounds? Well, he certainly worked hard. Floyd Mayweather carry him. I'm looking at it and going, I'm not convinced he did.
What do you mean carry him?
Was Conor McGregor, was Floyd Mayweather quite happy to sit back and allow Conor to look alright? I don't know. I don't know.
Let's look.
I'll tell the other thing I think was Mayweather quite happy for Conor to burn up all this energy? I think he definitely was.
Me personally, in the first couple of rounds, anytime Floyd came out of shell, he went, for me, Conor pushed him into a shell. And when he came out, he seen the left uppercut, he seen the straight, it landed, and then he took a decision not to take any of these chances and go into a shell.
The left, that's probably the way he described as not taking any chances. He doesn't take chances. It's not what he's been doing for the last decade. It
was skill for Conor.
But Conor was landing.
He was landing.
You're saying
people were betting nobody's going to land a punch, one punch, and he landed the second most who had ever fought him.
I think there's reasons for that as well, though. I would turn around and say, first of all, right, I think his tactics totally wrong, right. Conor McGregor has shown before he ever stepped in the boxing ring, he's got a stamina issue. He does have a stamina issue. In general, he tires, he blows. I remember my first professional fight. Right, my brother had fought professional before I had, and he gave me a wee bit of advice. He says, Lawrence, don't go out there all guns blazing, because if you start off at high pace, you kind of got to commit to that pace, because as soon as you start fading, the other guy's going to see you fading, he's going to pick his pace up well. He says, start nice and easy, behind the jab, and just get set onto the fight. I think Coach Kavanagh could have been doing with telling Conor something similar. He came out the traps fast. We know he's got a stamina issue. But they started the second round.
I don't
For
think
me,
he's got a stamina issue.
I think if you... Aye.
He's never went 12 rounds in a professional boxing match. Doing it in the gym's totally different from doing it on the night.
Then the way, I'm talking about even his MMA fights, and he speaks about it himself. He speaks about he hits this wall and he comes back when he sees the finishing line. The way he's hitting that wall, it's not just a wall. It's not just he hits a wall.
I think that's more an output. I think it's his strategy. What you talked about. He's maybe gone too much balls to the wall at the start. I think if you grab one of his V2 Max machines, put it in him and put it in Floyd, because Conor's got the best. He's paying for the best. Fitness coaches, the best dietitians. So if you fire this on both of them, I would probably say Conor would have better. But as you said,
well,
Floyd's experience.
Right now, something happens to Conor at fights, and I don't just talk about. I'm not just talking about Saturday. I'm talking about something happens to Conor McGregor in fights. He either does really well, really early, or he hits the wall.
It's because he's putting everything in
Yeah,
the shots. He's trying to put
output.
people down. He's trying to put people down. That's what he's doing.
See if he came out and tried to box Floyd Mayweather, like as you said, that 12-round fight, he had no chance.
I'll be honest, his best opportunity against Floyd Mayweather was probably off that left uppercut, and that left uppercut was going to come
that left uppercut in fresh.
I knew where it was. I knew it was coming. That left uppercut that he was throwing wasn't going to come in the offensive. It was going to come defensive as he invited Floyd on it. So I'd have probably been happy to try and command a centre of the ring, box off the long right jab, invite him on to try and commit and bring your left uppercut and off that. He went gung-ho.
He went gung-ho. That's an experience though.
No, but
that's an experience.
That's how McGregor fights. McGregor puts everything in to try and put you down. No, but these punches were landing, and they were landing. They weren't just lucky punches. They were landing. Can you imagine if he actually gave Mayweather a stanky leg within the first 2 rounds?
Well, that starts to.
It's all these what ifs.
No, well, if these punches are landing, where is that mythical power?
I think it comes with a set of 4-ounce gloves, and it's accuracy more than actual proper punching. Like as you would boxer would call. He's definitely got.
There was still power there.
There was power there.
You seen the recoil in Mayweather's head? It was going back.
It wasn't bothering him.
Mayweather's not taking punches.
If it wasn't bothering him, he wouldn't have went into so much a shell, and he would have been more aggressive. I think.
There's
no way.
See if you think that those first 2 rounds against Mayweather was something different. If you think those first 2 rounds against Mayweather were really worth of note, right?
No, first 3, there was close rounds later on.
You've probably not watched that much of Floyd Mayweather because that happens regularly. Mayweather looks at a bigger picture, and I think the Mayweathers look at a bigger picture. I think they're looking and going, how is the best way that we can win this fight? What is the strategy that we can use to win this fight? Well, we'll settle stall that. If he comes steaming in, we'll just let him do his work. And then as soon as we start to feel the punches fade, we'll just pick up our work. I mean, basically, he came out as Conor McGregor. After 3 rounds, he turned into Freddie Flintoff. Right? Okay, they punches were suddenly just, they were floppy.
I think the fight was competitive for 6 rounds. I would say it was competitive. It was still landing, moving. Maybe Floyd was edging some of the rounds, maybe not. That's what impressed me.
I think this is the difference between. This is the difference between a lot of the people that are watching from an MMA background to those that are watching from a boxing background, and particularly those who have set a strategy to win the fight. Guys are looking at the rounds, and I know you score fights by rounds, but that fight was never going the distance. It was never going the distance. MD was betting on. You can't say that. It was never. It could have. Do you know what I mean? You can't say it was never. It could have went the distance. It could have. It didn't.
It didn't. Aye.
And I think you could see that, barring a miracle, that fight was never going the distance. And that's why I say after the
6 minutes away from going the distance. 2 rounds away.
It was almost 2 minutes. It was almost 2 minutes still to do in that 10th round.
Aye.
He wasn't finishing that round, and unless people are actually want to see, I support Conor McGregor. I really love Conor McGregor. I want Conor McGregor to tear out a stretcher. You know what I mean?
That's what you wanted.
You know what I mean? I want Conor McGregor to tear out a stretcher.
That's what Conor said. That's what he wanted in his
post-fight interview.
He's got a wee bit cheek saying that.
He never said that. He wanted to put out.
I want to go out my shield.
See if
I'm going to
tap
against Diaz. doesn't work that way.
See if he had any savvy, he should have just went down with one knee and took 8 seconds.
But he doesn't have savvy.
I know, in a boxing match, of course, that's what he should have done. He should have been doing
He
one knee and
had
two.
a naive and inexperienced fighter with a naive and inexperienced corner versus a highly experienced fighter with a highly experienced corner.
And still managed to go 10 rounds.
He went 10 rounds because...
Competitive. I would say competitive
He
six.
went 10 rounds because they chose that was the simplest, easiest,
No,
most risk-free way to win the fight.
Disagree. He tried to open up. Mayweather tried to open up early, and he was getting caught. Cracking punches, you've seen them earlier on. And then he decided, I'm going to shell here because I'm not taking any more risks. And he did let Conor that punches.
Right, the question I'm looking for now is, how do you think Mayweather, because we spoke at Conor McGregor, how do you think Mayweather did in that fight?
I thought Mayweather was poor.
Poor?
I think we had a
Ah,
fight.
yeah,
I think we had a fight there between a guy who was formerly a great fighter, who retired 2 years ago because he recognised that he wasn't the same man that he was, who took 2 years out and has now come back. He's no longer. He wasn't the Floyd Mayweather of old when he retired. When he
So
fought,
who was his last fight?
Andre Berto.
Oh, it was Andre.
When he fought
How long ago was the Canelo fight?
Canelo fight.
Was that
15? 13.
15?
13. So we're going back a fair bit now. He wasn't coming back against a boxer because he knows that a high profile boxer would make him good money. He's got to beat him. Canelo's beating him now. Certainly Golovkin's beating him. These guys are beating him. And they're beating him up. They're beating him up. That ability isn't there anymore. He saw what was the equivalent of the greatest lottery win in the world coming up. He saw, I'm winning this fight every day, and I'm making more money than I've ever made before. And that's what he saw.
I think it's naive to say he's no still a great boxer.
I don't think he's a great boxer.
He is a great boxer.
I think he's a good boxer now. I don't know if that man...
I think
He's going to go down as one of the greatest boxers.
I think he is now though. I think he
he
was.
is.
Do you think all top 20 boxers would take out Mayweather? Do you think local guys would beat Mayweather at boxing at the moment?
No, but
See, he's still, so you're admitting he's still a top... I'd say he's still a top 20 boxer.
yeah, still a top 20 boxer. One of the things they noticed about it was he didn't spar in his camp. See that's come up.
Right,
He said it was he wanted his hands to be 100%.
He couldn't spar. His hands were crumbling. And I think that showed as well. I think his timing, his perception of distance, that was all out. But Mayweather, the great Mayweather that we speak about, he was a great defensive boxer. Maybe one of the greatest ever defensive boxers who decided, I'm going to walk you down. I'm just going to walk, I'm going to put my hands up and I'm going to walk you down with total disdain and total disregard for these things that were coming at him.
After the third round.
After the third round, I look at the first 2 rounds in particular for me. I'm not convinced that I would have given McGregor the third round. I think at first I gave it to Mayweather, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to try and I'm going to try and split it down the middle. I'm going to say I'm going to give that round even. I don't even think the first 2 rounds. I don't think the first 2 rounds McGregor presented a proper risk. I think he won the first 2 rounds.
100%.
I think
I've seen a lot of shots. These shots were incredible, man. These shots were.
His head was going back.
There was power in these
He was
shots.
slapping his cross and landing his
But
own
did
cross.
you ever
It was
see,
good boxing skills.
Did you
with
ever see
McGregor.
Floyd in any kind of bother?
Anytime Andy's head goes back,
I didn't.
you're in trouble.
No, you're not.
Like, he's maybe not getting knocked out at his legs going away, but he was caught.
He's not the slightest bit. He's not the
There
slightest
was
bit trouble.
George Foreman, Sugar Ray Leonard, who else? Klitschko. Like, I listed these boxers saying, I'm impressed with McGregor's boxing skill. For somebody with no fights to come in
I think it's quite funny.
I thought his
and
footwork
do
was
what he
great.
done
as well.
against
Is that the movement
Floyd
from McGregor
Mayweather.
was superb.
I think one of the reasons why the movement, you talk about the footwork, you noticed all the movement that Conor McGregor done. And I think it's because it was still that slight exaggeration in it. When you watch it, it looks quite forced. It looks as if it's going to be tiring for him. The movement that Mayweather makes, it's effortless. It's practiced, it's effortless. You don't
It's
know
experience,
it's experience, you don't notice it. Mayweather...
on the back foot, McGregor's feet was poor, and that's what made him so tired, because he's panicking.
and
In the later rounds, he was taking these shots, he was moving back and he was trying to slip and he was just getting caught. He was going back and he was getting caught and he was getting caught, and that's.
I think if you look at the performance of Conor McGregor through the spectrum of looking at a UFC fighter who has never had a professional fight, we'll turn around and say he was good.
Good.
He was impressive.
He was.
He showed good boxing skills. In my eyes, he showed good boxing skills. You can't go in and no do well, be competitive, win rounds against Floyd Mayweather and turn around and say the boxing's shite.
And
His boxing was good.
I thought, listen, I was seriously impressed, and so was, I think half the world was impressed. I don't think half the world expected him to go that far and do it and look good, look confident in the early rounds.
With his athletic ability, this is what I think, and maybe 2 to 4 years, I think he would do really well in
I
boxing.
don't think so. I think see, you talk about his athletic ability. His athletic ability, whether it's I think it's still questionable. We've got to figure out the reason why he busts, but he does. He busts. And
Fighting the best in the world,
not
try to put them away.
No, but he busts.
That's
he busts.
pacey a fight.
There's other people that don't bust. He does. He does, and he's been shown to do it. There's other his ability. I don't know. He's not shown me that. He hasn't shown me any kind of power in a boxing. We've had the reports from his sparring with Paul Malignaggi, who says he hits like big strong man, and going by what I've seen when he fought Mayweather, he hits like a big strong man. I don't see anything that is particularly explosive. I don't see any of this vicious concussive punching. I don't see it.
That's the boxing and MMA match is different. You can't turn around and say Conor McGregor doesn't have power. And if we're talking about boxing, no, but I mean in general, I'm just covering. So in an MMA fight, Conor McGregor can punch because he sleeps people.
Listen, Conor McGregor can clearly punch in an MMA fight.
Do you know what I mean? But
I think there's errors getting made. I think, look, he put Jose Aldo to sleep when Aldo practically died on the shot, right? When people are standing there and they're presenting their head to hit.
What this fight shows is a huge difference in punching between boxing and MMA.
It does.
It shows it highlights it.
It does highlight it. I would also turn around and say, and this is a thing that I don't think an awful lot of people understand initially, right? For all Floyd Mayweather's record, fantastic record, out of all the top fighters in the world, if we're still counting Floyd Mayweather as a top fighter, even though he was retired, right? He was the best opponent for Conor McGregor.
I disagree with it.
Because if you look at any of these other opponents, these guys with the high work rate, these guys that would have been quite happy to throw the punches, as punch with McGregor as his chin went high and his arm swung, then these guys would have taken about.
That's how McGregor knocks folk out. McGregor lets him come in, and then, as you're saying with Jose Aldo,
you seen he took a cross, but he came back with his own cross. And another thing, I think it's the worst fight for him, with somebody who's got terrible technique, which people are saying, which I think's proven he's got decent technique, he knows how to punch. Going against the best defensive boxer would be the worst scenario to win, because you're not going to land a shot. As people were betting Michael McGregor, he bet he's not going to land a shot.
He said easy money, easiest money I've ever made.
So for me, that's the worst person you go in. Somebody you can't hit, rather than somebody who's going to stand in front of you. And I do agree with Canelo. Puts him away early.
They wouldn't, but they don't just stand in front of him. This is the thing I'm saying. The MMA fighters, right?
I know they don't skill.
Stand. These guys don't. They're slipping. They're sliding. They're coming back with combinations. Mayweather was only throwing single shot, pop cross, maybe a hook after it. But these guys go and then they go again. He's getting taken out.
Know your cell phones, but I see other striking coaches come up and saying these MMA fighters these other people don't understand takedowns, they don't understand the kicks and the knees, and they're quick, the stand-up's not right. Aye, but you don't understand what else can go in there. Do you know what I mean? You understand.
We've got the scenario.
You're watching just for boxing. The guys are watching for boxing, but they don't understand the rest of the fight.
I know, but they're coming. We're not the scenario that we're talking about.
Aye,
is these guys coming into a boxing ring? So takedowns, kicks, all those things. Let's forget them. They're all aside. He comes up against these guys that are happy to trade. Boxers that are happy to trade. He's in bother.
I agree.
There was points where, even those first two rounds...
I think he would still do well. I think he would do well for a short period of time.
I think against the likes of Canelo, the likes of Golovkin, these guys that... See that scenario at the start of those rounds where he backed Mayweather up, backed him up to the ropes, stood there throwing his shots. His chin was high, right? His shots were coming quite wide, right? At that
Why
point,
was he not exploiting it then? He's trying to say he's the
Aye.
best. He's one of the best.
I don't know why he wasn't exploiting
Because
it,
he
right?
felt in trouble.
I don't think he felt in trouble. I think
He
he,
must.
I think he maybe just made the choice of I'm just going to ride out until this goes away, and he did that.
You don't make it. Somebody's punching you in the face. You don't say, "I'm just going to wait till this goes away."
No, but maybe he does.
You throw back.
But-
As you said, you need to give him
but-
something back to
but-
get him off you. You know.
But he was quite happy. He was. We're turning around and saying.
I think what we were talking, we were trying to say was Canelo would finish him
There,
earlier.
he would have finished him then. He'd have finished him then. If McGregor decided to open up and go with him on the first 30 seconds, then against these top fighters who are going to go with you, the fight finishes in the first
See,
30
I
seconds.
disagree. I think that's where McGregor lands that shot.
McGregor
that
doesn't-
shot that he can't land on Mayweather because he's moving or he's covered up. That's when McGregor lands, and then he sparks him.
I think McGregor gets knocked out.
The 12 rounds is asked. That's what I see. You hear about other people in camps I was speaking about earlier. Diaz has Andre Ward, and Andre Ward says they have good rounds together, but they only have 3 or 4. Same way some of these other guys, and I think MMA guys can go 3 or 4, but no more. Like just what we spoke about, energy systems. I'm sick of saying that because we taken all yesterday, but it's two different.
It's coming up. Actually, we're getting scientific now.
Aye, but like, he sort of proved he can go a couple of rounds, 3 or 4. I don't think the 12 round was just like what you say is a miracle. It's a different sport. It's like so.
I think we're
It's an endurance.
Honestly, I think we have a total unknown in McGregor. I still see it as unknown. What I see didn't impress me much. Because I don't. I'll tell you, the reason why is I seen Mayweather covering up and being happy to cover up. He didn't seem stressed. And when he went back to the corner, nobody says, right, Floyd, let's get a grip, let's change things. And he was like, are we good? Ah, we're good. I'm quite happy. And that
Mayweather was impressed. He
Mayweather-
said he didn't expect him to be so good.
Mayweather shot him down. Mayweather shot, like, see all these dangerous shots that were coming by the 5th.
There was none. He never
was
had
not
none.
coming. He'd seen the uppercuts were landing, went away, changed it, came back, and the uppercut stopped landing. And he done that with pretty much all these shots, and that's why I'm impressed with Mayweather.
You know yourself, you're holding pad for somebody, then you start getting in and you get this space, they start getting tired, and because they need to move, they feel.
What
and
puzzled me
that's
about
what
that,
it's
even the walk down puzzled me as well, because as he slipped inside the arc of these hooks, he made the punch miss. He never done anything after that. These other fighters, they slip inside, you've missed, they'll nail you with even just a couple of body shots, sink them in, and they'll work away at that. The only body shots that were fun was a long straight body
What
shot.
about McGregor's body shot? Like, thing we said, was it low? I
See,
thought it was a
see,
body shot.
you
Not a
see-
body
you see-
shot.
It seemed to be a wee bit low.
I thought it was a body.
I don't know exactly what was he. It
Is it hot? It looked hot.
He didn't react. He reacted in a strange way for a body shot. He reacted in a way that.
For me, it's like, I didn't expect you to punch me in the body there. That's what I thought. Like, came out as a bit of a surprise.
That wasn't in the script, though.
So, you land a good body shot. Alright.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. They seem to call it. They seem to call it as a low blow at the time. Keeping that woman shots from about here.
For me,
I don't
as well, like, it wasn't can Conor McGregor beat him. I thought he had no chance. I didn't think he would have went by 3 rounds. It was how well can he do and can he catch him? Like, people were actually thinking, can he actually hit him with one punch? And I thought he showed he could.
He looked bigger and stronger than Mayweather. He looked
The only thing for me with that is when you both is agreeing a weight, he's weighing it the same. Like, that's not an issue. I don't think the weights and size should be an issue.
I tell you,
He did look bigger,
He did
but
look
but
It was much bigger. It was
Not an
like
issue.
Drago versus Rocky. You know what I mean? But I think the weight became an issue for McGregor.
the stamina cut too much weight.
I think the weight cut's been bad for him. I think
There's an issue that
He was-
you could
he was
that could be
forced-
an answer for your fitness if he's cutting too
he
much
was forced
weight.
to move his legs.
It's working for him though. He's winning.
He was forced. He was forced to move his legs.
He wins that in an
MMA.
MMA fight, but he couldn't do it in a boxing fight. They cuts that drain you a wee bit.
Aye.
He's fine
It's
for
different.
MMA, but he's not fine for boxing. Maybe that's what it
Too
is.
much I cut for boxing, especially getting punched in the head.
Punch in
It's
the head,
probably no
punch-
safe.
Punch in the head's never good.
No.
What about, we spoke about actually the details of all these fights, what about, do you see this being a regular occurrence?
Hope not. I hope not.
Why not?
I'm
I think you bring more people to
I think
boxing.
this brings for both. I think it's good for both.
I hope not. I think.
I don't want to see McGregor again. What about like a heavyweight? What about that big Francis Ngannou, who's a striker who doesn't really grapple against like no anti-Joshua, but against like, a top heavyweight? Like I think that'd be an exciting
No,
fight.
I think it sparked a wee bit of interest because it was a one-off.
I don't think it's going to be a one-off. I think it's going to be. I think this is going to be.
WME have bought a box. I think they've got a boxing license now.
I
So
think-
we own
I
UFC
think
now.
you're going to see
Now
this
we
more
own
and more.
box.
I tell you,
boxing
Under these bastardised rules of boxing, it's going to be a boxing match, but it's going to be they're going to pick and choose how they put this, take it round.
For me, if
Boxing
people
division.
want to see two people fighting and two people want to fight each other, whether it be kickboxing, boxing, MMA, and there's interest, I think it's good for combat sports because they're not watching football, they're not watching NFL or American soccer or whatever. They're watching fighting and fighting's fighting.
I think it becomes boring.
Fighting's
There's another one.
boxing's
there's-
different for fight. We've seen that.
To be honest, I've been getting hot with that recently. You know what I mean, over the last couple of days, it's not yours is a match and this is a fight. I'm like, where does that stop? Right, it's a fight with a set of rules.
Yeah,
You've got a fight with a set of rules. Do we say that you're not fighting because it's no street fighting? Because I could bite you in a street fight and I could gouge your eyes in a street fight. Where does it stop? Where does it stop? You've got a combat sport with a set of rules, and you obey the rules, and it's as simple as that. We're getting this silly macho thing for some
The
people.
MMA guys.
To be honest, it is primarily now from the MMA guys, and that's just how it is just now.
I think you've been unfair with that point. I was going to make with McGregor. He's a novice. He's no fought. He's been straight. At the end of the day, I'll use grappling. Whether you're sambo, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, you're grappling. So whether you're boxing, kickboxing, karate, you're striking. And
Should
so he's got experience
You
here.
should have done better.
Do you not? I think that, no, I
You
think
should have-
he
you should have
done
done
good.
You
But he went into your
been
rules.
ruining this all
No,
day.
but he
Done good.
went into your rules. Do you know what I mean? Like striking is striking, like punching's punching, kicking's kicking. But he went into his set of rules, which he's a master in. Do you know what I mean? And I thought he done really well for that.
Do you see a
But-
return leg? Do you see a return leg?
Nah, I don't want to see.
Mayweather's never come back. Mayweather's saying this is my last fight.
He's got his 50.
You've got nah 51. If we're counting that, we're counting the big show.
So you're happy to see these
People want to
matches,
see fights.
and you're not happy to see these matches.
See if somebody wants to see a fight, let people, and two people want to fight, let them fight.
I think
that's good for the sport.
I'll tell you what.
It brings eyes.
I think see if it's going to continue. If it's
No,
going to,
I don't want to see it every week. Maybe like once every 2 years.
I think
That's good.
if it's going to continue, then see the next one. The MMA guy's got to win. He's got to win. No,
But you're bringing an MMA guy into a boxing
I'll tell you
match.
why. No, if it happens, if it's going to happen, and it's going to capture the public's attention, right? I'm not saying this for.
I get
Right?
you ready
The
to see it.
MMA guy has to win, because if we start seeing this pattern of guy comes from cage into boxing ring, guy gets knocked out, right? And that follows
Loses interest.
That follows apart.
So-
It becomes really boring. What you've then got to see is, and I think the one that'll do it properly, I spoke to Jimmy about this, is I think in a couple of years' time, unless boxing starts giving them proper money, we could see somebody like Lomachenko. They say, I'm going to give this a go. He comes for sambo and wrestling background.
I'm going that way.
I think because he wouldn't be turning saying there's more money in the UFC, but he'd be turning and saying I can make 300 million.
Under McGregor Promotions.
Under
McGregor Promotions.
Did you see
Aye.
McGregor making that comment that he's out of contract? He's not contracted anymore.
I know, I've seen that.
Well, he was doing a press conference and he said this. So he must have been smart enough to get himself released from that contract
To then take.
to do whatever he wants
I
to do
would-
next.
I would like to see Lomachenko in an MMA fight. I think that'd be brilliant. I'd like to see how we get on. I think it'd be interesting. I think people would be into it.
I would like to see it. I would genuinely like to see it because
Who'd you put up against?
It just depends.
Nobody else. Two cut years.
Aye, if it was years away, like you can't put him up against the best guy.
No,
He's too. If you put him in against somebody where it's an even fight, sort of like Mayweather and McGregor was like competitive. I know against like the greatest, against like just put him in against your average.
Who's the greatest he's weight now?
Well, I don't know what's his weight transfer now in pounds. But Demetrius Johnson.
Dillashaw,
Demetrius
What we do is
Johnson.
we wait till Demetrius Johnson's past it, get him to retire for 2 years, right? And then make the match.
That's interesting though, I'd like it. I would like it, I'd like it. Nah, I would like it. It would probably last like 36. No, but I think that's good. They're putting eyes in combat sports in general rather than watching football. This was huge, thinking the numbers,
It's
the
taking its
build
eye
up.
off. Like, it's taking its eye off it, right? Lomachenko is fighting.
And it's going to
In
be
December.
much more.
Right.
It's going to sell much more tickets than it was previous.
Canelo and
Is this next weekend?
is fighting 2 weeks time. Yeah, these get money because they've spent $100 on a pay-per-view for that.
I'm telling you, everybody's
I
buying it.
don't think they do.
I think everybody's buying it.
I
I
think
think
they
more
watch
people's
it.
buying it.
I don't think they do. I think they watched McGregor. If you're an MMA fan and you watch McGregor boxing against the greatest boxer of your generation,
And then
you're thinking this is it,
And that guy's the best.
That's what I
You
think.
actually be serious.
I'm being serious. I never ever thought this fight brings anything to boxing ever. I think it takes away from boxing.
So there.
Do you think so?
Boxing's a gentleman's sport.
Nah, I disagree. I think we'll see. Well, we're going to see in 2 weeks. We'll do another podcast. We'll talk about Canelo. We'll set up. We'll maybe get Lawrence to stay up on it.
No, I won't even stay up for that one. I won't stay up for that one.
Before we move on, want to cover the stoppage. What do you think of the stoppage?
Right, if McGregor came out and said he said it was an early stoppage and he wanted to go as we spoke.
Like in MMA, they let it go.
I know.
To somebody's hot.
He wanted to see him. He was wanting to go down.
Hot.
I think the referee done perfect. You know, McGregor he was getting tagged and he wasn't answering back with any shots. And if that was MMA and it was exactly the same, I'd expect the referee to do the same thing. Not wait till the guy's lying on
No,
his
they
back.
wait till they're hot. They usually wait till they're hot. I've seen both.
I've seen this happen, and I think the referee he let McGregor away with so much.
He gave him perfect time. Like. I agree.
And I thought it was perfect. And you touched on it. He came out that time.
He wasn't hot though. McGregor wasn't hot. He wasn't bloodied. He wasn't bruised.
He was
No, he was getting caught. He was tired.
His legs were going.
I think he was tired. I get caught with about 3.
If that referee never
punches.
stepped
It would have
in,
been worse. I agree. It would be a lot worse.
And the whole thing is protection with regards to boxing, MMA.
It stopped being
it's all about.
Round time, where we talked about competitive, the fight stopped being competitive.
It stopped being competitive 9, I think. And they gave him the benefit of the doubt to get into 10. So I think the referee was good.
I'm going to have to
Disagree.
No,
So you wanted to see him die. If he dies, he
I
dies.
don't, never. And Gombe's weight cut's always a dodgy thing, taking punches to the head. When you have the weight cut, the way that I think McGregor makes a weight cut, I think it's a dodgy thing. I was going to say, I'm going to have to try and figure out what you guys mean by competitive, right? Because
competitive is one person winning rounds, and the other person winning rounds, so it's competitive.
For me, it's not being competitive after round 2 then. Right.
But some of the rounds were close. You said the cell 3 was close, 6 was close, 8. He nearly get put down.
I never thought 6.
He nearly get put down with a body shot.
He had a stinking round 9. McGregor had a stinking round 9. I scored that round 10. I scored that round 10. It was very, very, very dominant. It was on a beating. So he just came off that really, really severe round. He took a bit of doing in the 9th. He's went to the 10th, and I don't know if he threw a punch. He hadn't thrown a punch for about a minute.
No, he came out all gun, but he threw a combination and tried to finish him. All
guns
blazing, and then it was.
He hadn't thrown a punch for a minute. It was a good stoppage. I know McGregor says, I wish I could go out my shoulder, I wish I could go out my back. He's tapped out 3 times as an MMA artist. He didn't want to go out on his shield, didn't want to go on his back when Diaz had him in a choke. So I think that all these things are it's very good saying these things, but it's all bravado. I listened to him after it. The guy I listened to after the fights, I quite like. I don't like the shouting and the screaming. I don't like that. I like
but
the
that's
guy.
what sells.
I know it does.
He's built himself up on Mayweather a bit. He's seen what Mayweather talks about money. Oh, that gets attention. People hate me for it, or people like me for it. So he's used that. But when he actually speaks, he speaks well. He knows fighting, and he's quite humble.
I think he's a combination of Floyd Mayweather and Thunderlips.
Rocky. Can you, we briefly spoke about this in the gym, Neil Laird, whoever Neil Laird picks, you just go the opposite. Neil Laird had said,
That's
and I said, listen, Neil, see anything you say anytime you say McGregor's going to lose, he wins anything, I'm going opposite you.
That's true.
So whatever Neil says, just go the opposite.
couple of things. He was rabbit punching a couple of times. He hit him in the back.
Rabbit punching.
But his feet work when he was moving round him, turning round the back.
Take the back.
Do you think that was poor with Mayweather? Like, allowing him to do that?
No, but why? Right.
He should have stayed at the side and punched but
Why? Mayweather knows that he's not allowed to hit him when he's standing behind him. Therefore, it goes to a reset. Why should Mayweather do the slightest bit first? If Mayweather's just happy with a man burning energy in front of him, let him do it. In the interview afterwards, McGregor was saying, I wasn't conservative enough with the energy I was using. I was wasting energy. And one of the examples he used is my feet. I kept taking the extra step to get his back, and I was wasting energy. So if he's doing that, why should Mayweather know it?
He's getting to his back, so he's getting to decide him then.
Aye, but
so he shouldn't have been allowing him to get to the side. He shouldn't have been allowed to get to the side. He should have been more savvy with body shots.
I'm not going to defend Mayweather that much. I thought it was a really, really poor example of Mayweather. I thought it was really poor. I didn't.
But for me, Conor McGregor made him look poor. I
think it was poor for the start. I think what we have, we had a guy here who had the boxing 2 years versus a guy who had the properly boxing 27, and I think that's what we've seen. I think that's what we've seen. Two men who were clearly in good nick. They're clearly both in good nick. You've seen that straight away. You know, both looks have been chiselled. So that wasn't that wasn't an issue. But one guy had the boxing 2 years. One guy had the boxing 27. That's what we've seen. That's what we've seen. We've seen a naive, brave, fit, combat athlete steamed in for the first 2 rounds, and then that was him done. And he was done. From that point, he was done. The trap had been set, he was caught in a swamp, he was sinking, and he was beat.
That's where we've got two different opinions. I seen a competitive fight for 6 rounds, and then he tired because, not even so much his cardio, I felt it was Mayweather that was making him tired, because he was making him work when he didn't need to be working. He was thrown when he wasn't landing, but he was landing. And that's just experience, and that, as you said, that comes with 27 years of boxing, 30 years of boxing. An actual boxing fight that goes 12 rounds.
It's just, one of the things I seen from the start of round 2, this is what's happening.
Were you surprised they caught him the way he did?
If you'd asked me before the fight, and I was picturing, I had in my head Floyd Mayweather of old. I didn't see that happen. I didn't see that. I seen this static Floyd Mayweather who, he wasn't slipping and rolling the same, he was going into covering positions. Where instead of rolling back and floating for the next shot, he was going to covering positions. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same Floyd Mayweather.
Did you enjoy the fight?
I did enjoy the fight.
Build up, the chat before, after. Did you enjoy the whole fight?
I enjoyed the whole circus.
I thought it was good.
No.
Everything. Listen,
Lawrence,
I'm telling you, honestly, right, I didn't get caught up in the circus and.
You're the only person who got caught up in the circus! You're the only person who got caught up in the circus!
I suppose I did, right?
Here's the thing, what are you going to do with your time, dude? There's McGregor's no fight. Maybe I'm going to tweet.
I have to slag off the safe again.
I enjoyed it. I thought everything was run. When he started the press conference right away to the end, it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was a good event.
I think the UFC promote very well. I think Dana White as a promoter does it very well. Don't listen to him.
The real life Tony Soprano, eh?
Don't listen to him too much when he starts hyping up his fighters, because as soon as he seems to hype somebody, it seems to be a wee kiss of death. You know what I mean? Every time he says, this one, brilliant boxer, knocked out. Brilliant boxer, knocked out. That's what happens. So don't listen to him too much. But as far as hyping up the fighters are concerned, hyping up the fight, he does a great job. He does a great job. And I think boxing can learn from that. I think boxing is learning from that. Going to boxing shows, the setup seems to be changing a bit. It's changing a bit. And I think that's a good thing.
I think you're going to see UFC changing for a minute. MMA changing.
One method I'd like to see, I'm not saying all the fights, but I'd like to see them not worry about the 0 so much, and I'd like to see 6-0 versus 6-0, and I think that would create more local interest. Because sometimes you're going, that's happening, I know. Sometimes you go to the shows and you're like, I'm going to this boxing show, there's 12-0 guys fighting somebody with too many losses. It's good every now and again, you guy ring experience, but let's make a big local fight. It was 6-0 fights 6-0, 5-0 fights 5-0, 12-0 fights 12-0,
No,
12-1 fights 12-0.
that's definitely happening. It's happening all the time now.
And I think that'd be good for boxing.
I think, yeah, it is, but there's got to be a universal understanding that these records don't count, you see. But we keep talking about Floyd Mayweather, best of all time, and it's not the best of all time. We keep talking about Floyd Mayweather, and he's got this record. No, I'm being serious, right? They should not count that last one as any kind of record. They shouldn't. It wasn't.
It's a boxing match under the boxing rules.
It wasn't right. It wasn't right. And I'm joking.
I get
I'm
both.
joking a bit. If we're going to count that, let's count the Big Show.
No.
But right. You wish you'd come up with that one.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's brilliant.
But
Every time you say hang out at the Big Show,
The chair. He actually punched him. He punched the Big Show. The Big Show wasn't happy with it. He broke his nose. He actually broke. He didn't know he punched him full force. He broke his nose.
Give me a controversial, make it 52 count his ex-wife.
54.
54, well, but we can talk. I mean, there was Julio Cesar Chavez. He got to be 80. I can't remember. Was it 80, 82? I can't remember. Before he was beat. No, he just kept fighting on. He just kept fighting the best, and eventually the defeats come. Defeats come if you fight regular enough, if you fight long enough, and if you fight the best guys regular enough. Defeats will come. Floyd knows how to pick them, when to pick them, when to retire.
I think that's...
And he came back because he looked and went, 300 million for fighting him. I can do that.
Oh, aye, of course.
And that's why he came back. He's no coming back. For people say, well, why does he not come back for the rematch? The winner at Canelo and Golovkin.
As a boxing guy, would you rather him be 49 and hang out, or would you rather see him one more time? Which, as you said, you enjoyed. There was a good build up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would rather see somebody, like, I don't want to, same way, just say Anderson Silva. I don't want to see him fighting the best, the number one. I don't want to see him fighting, but these guys coming up who's competitive and he could beat, or if they could beat him, I'm interested.
He enjoyed it. I enjoyed it in the same way I enjoy some big showbiz event. Right? I didn't enjoy it as a sporting spectacle. I didn't.
As a boxing match.
I was
treating it like a fight and not a boxing match. I knew he wasn't going out boxing.
It was a curiosity. That's what it was. It was a curiosity. I wanted to see what happened, and that's what I wanted to see. I wasn't going into it looking like, okay, this big sporting event. I'm getting edgy about this fight. I'm like for next night for now. I'm edgy about the fight. I want to see. I'm excited. This didn't do that for me. This one, I wonder what's going to happen, right? How are you going to go about this? He surprised me a wee bit. Mayweather has aged. He's not sharp. He doesn't pull the trigger the way he used to. He didn't break McGregor down by punching, by trying to throw the shot as he walked him down. And he walked him down a little bit more. I'm just going to walk you down it through the later rounds. It surprised me. It was efficient. It was simple. He walked out there quite happy, no hurt. Going out, Mayweather's moved on. 300 million in the bank. McGregor's promoting his whiskey.
Aye, see that. Have you had any messages from them? Andy, like who has had back and forward where you've been messaged you directly to give
Just Brian.
Just Brian.
No, I haven't. It's all been open forums. It's all been open forums.
But I'm not going to show the text messages. What he did right was he's super impressed with McGregor. He would like to see. No, I never said.
100%. No, I'll tell you, that was my biggest. If there was a sigh of relief to make, that's my biggest sigh of relief. The fact that I woke up.
Maybe they're winning.
No, when I woke up with the sunlight coming in the window, and my phone hadn't been buzzing, I thought, anyway, I was winning. Because you're damn sure at 5 o'clock in the morning, wee Craig would have been winning.
I was actually going to send you a message. I fucking don't know. Just to noise shocks, I thought that.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure again. We should just do this more often. We should just do this more often. It's brilliant. But guys, if you haven't seen the original one, go and check the original one. This is us kind of following up on it. And remember, keep it bareback.
He's red. Yeah, that's how bad boy.
Klockan breven och så med ställa.
Set. There we go.